It's week 5 of the Belong Arena Clash, a grassroots esports tournament with teams battling it out up and down the United Kingdom for their place in this season's finals at Insomnia 63 live from the Birmingham NEC. This is the very last week of the main season, and we're about to find out which teams have made it through to the playoffs. This is where esports begins. Well, as I said at the start of the show, it is the very last week of the main season. So we're going to be checking out who has made it through to the playoffs in Call of Duty, Overwatch, League of Legends and Tekken 7. I'm Ella Sillywood, and this week I am joined by, first up, a familiar face, none other than Eternal Dragon. And we've also got a new guy on the sofa today. We're going to be chatting to Call of Duty Caster Infinity. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, it's nice to finally be here. It comes to the final week of regular season to finally get on the sofa, but yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it's good to be back as well.
Yeah, we've had a pretty dramatic week. And in fact, I think we've had a pretty dramatic season. So what would you say has been the best game that you've seen, the most kind of intense matchup we've had?
For me, it's tough because Tekken this season has been a crazy season. There's been so many matches, but the one that sticks out in my mind is York versus Colchester. Now, these teams have got very good players on it. Colchester at one point previous season weren't really known as a good team, but they had great players. But then seeing York versus Colchester, we've seen some of the most high level Tekken, and when the skill level is very similar, you see amazing matches. We had JCHD making amazing comebacks. We saw Pancake, his solid play, and he just never faltering. Just made this such a really good match, and these teams actually, some of the players, they knew each other, which made it more interesting when it came to the match as well, because it's not just you're playing the character, you're also playing the player, because it's like, I've played him before, how are we going to cope in this team environment? And then seeing the other team mates around them, they started to rise to the occasion and get better as well. So York versus Colchester has to be, it's difficult because week 5 we had some good matches, a good match there too. But York versus Colchester, we've seen just the highest level of Tekken, and it's been really, really good. I have to say that one was my favourite match.
Okay, well, you've set the bar quite high. Infinity, do you have anything that sounds quite as good as that?
Not quite, I don't think. It is Call of Duty after all. But yeah, regardless, I think definitely you have to look towards our final week of regular season for the match, Tyneside and Clyde. You know, throughout the whole of regular season so far, generally speaking, we've seen landslide plays. So if one team takes the first map, generally speaking, both best of threes will go their way. But finally this week we saw our first CTF, so definitely Clyde and Tyneside. You know, you've got players on the roster who are actually notable, so they play outside of the Arena Clash. They're actually quite good. And so finally seeing these two teams come head to head for the top spot in their respective group was really, really interesting. And of course, because of that, we did see some back and forth play. We saw them taking maps for each other, and we saw them both come out with a match point at the end of the day as well. So definitely my favourite matchup of Arena Clash for this season.
Well, whilst we're on Call of Duty, it is actually a bit of a tradition that we start off with the newest person's title. So we are going to talk more Call of Duty, and we are going to continue talking about that match because, yeah, Guardians v Claymores, bit of a dramatic one, as I understand.
Yeah, a bit of a dramatic one. I think that's an understatement, to be honest. Yeah, so I think because of I think the high level of play here, so even if it is grassroots, ultimately these guys want to win. And in the last season, week of the season, these teams, they're really looking for that top spot, and especially in a match as important as this one, you do everything you can to get it. And Tyneside, they caused a couple of problems for the matchup. We finally got through it at the end of the day. So yeah, it was a really good matchup. Unfortunately, yes, players were messing around a little bit, as they do. They're trying their best. And yeah,
Clyde Claymores in this one, they really needed either a
Yeah.
win or a draw to make it through to playoffs. So there was, a lot of pressure on them, and they were coming up in addition against a team that were undefeated so far. So do you think that's what saw them really step up and put in this kind of performance?
Definitely. I think, we've seen flashes of brilliance from them in the past. I mean, I don't think that any opponent they've really faced has been as good. They actually did lose to Colchester early on in the season, so that, I think, put them a step behind. They were desperate to get these points. They needed all 3 match points to even potentially force the tiebreaker to get the top spot in the group. Unfortunately, they couldn't do it. But I think they definitely had a lot of fire under them, and it was a big reason why they actually did come out and win that first best of 3.
Well, I have to say, you got me excited to see these highlights. So we're going to kick off our look at this week's matches. So we're going to start things off with none other than the Guardians v Claymores match. And then we're going to check out the Smugglers v the Invincibles. And your casters are none other than Stealth and Infinity.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Arena Clash Summer 2018 season. It's Tuesday night. It is time for some Call of Duty.
And of course, we're going to be kicking off with the Clyde Claymores against the Tyneside Guardians. It is, in fact, the Clyde Claymores in the lead, albeit a very, very small one, only 3 seconds, but the kill's going the Tyneside Guardians' way. They're looking to get these spawns. They're already pushing out the hill as well. We have Dingbat inside Clock Tower, looking to pick up a couple of kills.
The spree continues. Look at this. Jinxie picks up 3. Make that 4. That's a 5 streak for him at the minute. Very close to streaks already.
125 points away from that glide bomb, is still sitting inside the hill, has players to deal with. There's one, there's the glide bomb, surely not second as well. Yes, he will. Brilliant stuff. Out of 30, turns around, but no kill to be made. Finally, he's going to finish it on Smiler, and full streaks for that man. Jinxie, 12 and 3 to start. Tyneside here, their lead. Those early streaks in, not going to mean much if Ryzen gets streaks of his own, and he's on him as well. 125 points away. The kills are there to be made. He only needs one, but he's got stuck. No, Ryzen. Now Johnny W sitting inside is looking to pick up some kills. Turns around on DJ Osis and Ryzen as well. Johnny W with a 2-piece. Make that 3 streak now for him. Looking to turn around. Gezi is in fire, and Johnny W knows it as well. That call has been made. He might get shut down. Is going to do so, but the trades come in. Now Clyde spawning out back. What can they do? Smiler, he's going to be the first to charge in. He's going to fall. Gezi's going to fall as well. Dietrich's doing bits. He was struggling towards the start of this game, but he's now come to play. And with the last few seconds, surely the Tyneside Guardians will hold out. There's the final kill, and Tyneside Guardians take the first map, 250 to 162. Right now, though, it's all going to be a 2 versus 2 here. Just make it a 2 versus 1 now on Dietrich, and the 1 versus 2. And Ryzen, the man himself, he was doing bits for the squad on the hard point, and now he's coming out to play. Oh, this is so smart from Dietrich. He's waiting for this bomb to go down. Oh, and there's the first kill, looking for the second. Oh, brilliant stuff from Dietrich. This man, congratulations for the round.
Now opens up the map a little bit more. Jinxie picks up a second, goes for the 3rd. He doesn't able to do so, and that's the Clyde Claymores who take the map.
Now this is a brilliant start from the Tyneside Guardians. Everybody on the roster is positive, and somehow the Clyde Claymores still getting some time, enough actually to get back in this game. Dingbat picks up 2, is going to get traded out there, but still right now it is going to be the Tyneside Guardians looking to break the 100-point mark inside the East Road hard point. Going to make it seem an impossible situation. Gezi needs to do a lot of work. There's one, not going to get a second though. Johnny W a 3, surely not 4th as well. He's going to put the shots in, but he's not going to be able to finish the kill. He does actually get traded out there by Smiler with the Kobe nade. They have almost tied this game at 1 point in it, and there's the kills. Now it's all on Dietrich inside the hill. Is he going to win his gunfights? No, he will not. Ryzen with the important gunfights. The Tyneside Guardians are trying all they can, but Gezi inside is going to take the lead for the Clyde Claymores for the first time this game. Beautiful stuff from them.
2 players going to be pushing through. It's going to be Dietrich's any second as Ryzen's able to pick up 1. That will be Dingbat that falls. Here comes the 2-piece. Surely no, denied.
Johnny W sits inside though, is going to get those all-important first 2 picks and the first few seconds, but needs to sell over. Smiler comes in with 2. He's going to get traded out. The trades back and forth. This is so important. This game is so close because...
So he's going to have to go ahead and challenge. Can he get it?
Oh, Dietrich and Jinxie as well with a 2. The support kills are there. The Tyneside Guardians have broken it, and they can win it on this hill. Smiler is there. He's going to be important here. Coming around the back, gets the 1. There's a second to go for as well. He hasn't got it just yet, but he has the support from Gezi, and that's going to be it for there.
And all they need is 6 seconds. They are spawning right the way out. There's no time for them to get into a hill, and the Tyneside Guardians take the hard point once again in an absolutely fantastic hard point, and that one certainly beats last series'.
We'll be seeing a bit of a tie-break situation at the top of that group. We'll have more information on that soon. But Chris, second match of the night. You're very, very excited to see Bristol play for the second time this season on stream. What do you think is going to happen? Are you confident in your city?
Bristol just smash it.
Regardless, we're going to jump on board with the Bristol Smugglers. We're going to have the man himself with the M1A carbine, Ganjo. I love this weaponry. We've got the Bristol Smugglers starting strong here inside the hill. They got a man with the SGG outside the hill as well. The support is there. Bristol are starting strong with this one, Chris, and Chris is shaking his fist. He's very, very happy with this. Good start from Bristol.
Hold.
Preston, though, currently not onside the hill. Hayes doing what he can. Going to run in with the PPSH, looking for some more. Is he going to get a second? Is he going to get further? Shots are in. Cannot close it out just yet, but he is holding Preston at bay. This gunfight's being won by Bristol. None of those throwing knives that we love to see from Preston. Maybe they think it's a really important matchup for them, and of course it is going to be, but it's going to be Bear actually there, going to be doing stuff. Coburn, I think that actually is going to be inside the hill, and Hayes coming in with 2 more though. Bristol doing bits once more, sitting inside, but it's going to be Preston right back into this one.
Just have to spawn out towards the other side of the map, was really rather unfortunate, but Bristol line up nicely for Adam to take down 2.
Preston, could this be the comeback they need, Chris? This would be an absolutely incredible stomping if it was. We'll see, though, Ganjo pushing forward. He's going to make things hard for the Preston Invincibles. There's the first, there's the second. It's not going to be a third.
He's able to pick up 2 easy kills. He should have been traded out there, but a teammate does manage to fall. And there, Bristol take map number 1 in quite a convincing fashion. If you're a Bristol fan, you love to see it, but if you're a Preston fan, you don't. We'll soon find out. Shots have been fired. The crossfire comes in, though. That's actually much better from Preston. But the trace is coming in. Now it's a 1 versus 2. Can Ganjo do it? Apparently not. Depending if he's got his headset turned up right, you'll hear this one.
Did he see him?
He hasn't seen him until later.
He's gone. He peeked round the corner. He didn't see him. And Bristol take a 3rd round.
Oh, Hayes is good. He's managed to push his all the way through. There's one out the back.
No!
Turns and burns onto him. That's now going to allow below 9 to push his way through. He has picked him up. Goes for the shots and takes him down. Ducky has fallen.
Stuff. Oh, GG here, surely. Coburn in a 1 versus 4. Can he do it? He's alive for now, but he has players on the hunt right behind him. It's going to be Bristol Boy trying to finish that one off, and it's fists in the air for Chris.
That's a good position, except for the spawns have flipped, and oh, dearie me, he gets
Batman! Batman, what are you doing, buddy?
And that's full streaks as well.
Desperate to break in. They have a player there. It's going to be Batman. He's going to fall. Ganjo and Hayes, what can they do? They're actually spawning around the back now. Somehow, the spawns have flipped, and I don't know whether or not the man himself sitting inside the hill for Preston will have noticed it. No, he will not. Coburn, no clue whatsoever. Ducky gets a 2-piece in response, and the kills, luckily, do go Preston's way, but the spawns still in the favour of Burlong.
But look at this, the 3 players from Preston are pushed all the way out towards the other side of the map, and now you can see the Bristol boy is just spawned in right behind them where they don't want this to happen. They've just absolutely bewildered me there. Why push out so far? Really, that's going to be the end of that chapter, as Bristol Smugglers will take Gibraltar hardpoint 250 to 101. That man, Batman, once again picks up 2. Oh, good shot from Millsy. Now 1 versus 2. Is he able to do anything? Yes, the shots come in.
Now Ducky gets his second in a situation. Bristol Boy's been allowed to come in behind. The shots are in. Now all on slot in a 1 versus 2. He's going to fall. And now it's going to be Bristol on match point here. Now all down to slot in the 1 versus 3. Makes the first. Is he going to pick around for that second kill? The shot's going in. And Bristol Boy is going to finish it. Bristol Smugglers take the search and destroy 6-2. And Chris is happier than ever because Bristol are in the playoffs.
So that is it. The main season is over and the playoff fixtures are almost decided. We have the Vikings v the Nighthawks. We've also got Armada or the Hunters v the Claymores, Guardians v Smugglers, and finally Kestrels v the Saints. Infinity, what are your thoughts on these matchups?
Yeah, so this is my actual first time looking at the playoff brackets. So it's going to be interesting. Just looking at it straight away, you know, you see those big teams in there, the teams that have come out on the top of groups. You see York Vikings, you know, the Claymores, who are actually very strong already. You know, you got to talk about Tyneside as well. Some of those matchups, I think, at least in winners round 1, are going to be very interesting to see how the lower level teams actually perform against those teams that have come out on top of their groups, because to be honest, I don't know if they actually can, considering what we've seen so far in regular season, where it's been landslides. They're going to have a real uphill battle to get there to the second round of playoffs. But we'll see if we see any surprises. But I do think those teams that have come out on the top of the groups will be likely to take those first round matchups.
Okay, well, that's just about it for Call of Duty this week. But before we move on to Overwatch, it is time for a very welcome return of the Players Log.
How do you feel the team's progressed in the time you guys have been playing together, like with these matches?
Well, since the first game, we played against Bradford and kind of threw it because we weren't used to playing with each other. But now we've learned how to play as a team, mainly just feed Brooklyn. And
I haven't learned that last bit yet.
yeah, just feed Brooklyn and then we'll probably win.
Hello, I'm Giraffe. I'm the support person.
Yeah, I'm also the support person.
We're the support people.
Yeah,
We've just won, so we're through to the playoffs, which is pretty good.
yeah, it was insane.
It was.
I'm so hyped.
I think we're both pretty
Yeah.
involved.
Get hype, boys!
There's one in the window.
That pretty much.
That.
This is the last match of the group stages. Winner or draw tonight means that we'll definitely get through to the next stage. How do you feel with that extra pressure coming into the match?
To be honest, I don't feel any pressure at all, so I'm confident we're going to destroy them.
This trophy right here, that'll be ours by like 3 weeks.
We struggled a little bit on Eichenwald. Eichenwald. Shut up. They played better than we thought.
But then we played better than that.
But then we played
then
better
we
than
won.
And then we won.
And it was insane.
It was insane.
And lastly, is there anything that you want to say to the other teams to wrap up?
Just don't counter gank me, I'm useless, please. Thank you.
Well, I think that last bit is either going to get us nominated for some kind of creativity BAFTA or, you know, a shed load of complaints. Now, this week it has been just ridiculously hot in the UK. I'm talking Raiders of the Lost Ark hot. There have been faces melting. There have been people screaming in the streets. But something else that's been hot this week is Overwatch, because it has been a real scorcher. And we're going to be bringing you two hotcasters. We've got John, Papa John, Allen and Blank. And your first game is Centurions v the Guardians, followed up by the Nighthawks v the Kestrels.
This is not a room that you want to really be in. No. That's a terrifying room. That's like an escape room that you don't really escape.
It's a room then.
Yeah, that's just a room. So Apple can't really win in these fights. So Caliker goes down. A nice shot from Kirky, and he continues. Will he find the third? That is the question. But they're taking refuge in this small room at the moment, John.
Dashing about left and right, getting those headshots when it counts. Allowed turning it onto FRX. They do try and push up out of the bridge. The underpass not going their way. Zealot Spy lands the headshot onto Lucio. Self-destruct sequence dropped, and that should be the end of the fight yet again. Primal Rage probably not going to be enough to save you there, buddy. They are still fighting on the point, but the self-destruct sequence finds the Mercy, finds all that they need, and that is going to close it down. Lucio with a final ditch attempt at a contest, and they're just playing with their food at this point. Carry to shut it down, and the Colchester Centurions take map number 1 in very convincing fashion. And they are going to be shot down once again. A lovely direct rocket onto Caliker. Just sees them pack in once again. Brigitte to fall. Finally, Apple goes down. And 27% on the point. Now, Halaloud looking for the barrage. There it goes. Straight onto the Graviton Surge. That's all you need. 2 ults. Bang. And done.
I just want them to play around Apple a little bit more because he is creating a lot of space for his team. Now this fight was pretty much lost from the beginning because Colchester Centurions had so many ults to invest. That team kill's going to go over. Tyneside Guardians, they're going to come back again with a new plan. They've been at the drawing board. They've got the chalk out.
They have got that combo. There's the Dragon Strike from Kirk. They didn't need to combo it with anything. Where's the Dragon Strike? Catronix is not going to be there. They are just going to be able to shut it down. There's the Howl Aloud with the Rocket Barrage from the skies. Finds 3, a 4th as well, and they don't touch the point. Colchester Centurions take it easily.
Here we're most likely going to see Maze, Doomfist brought out. I'd like to see Kirk bring out the Doomfist if they do get pressured on point B. From the looks of it so far, though, the question is, does it even get to that point?
We've seen twice now a person go down and just get rezzed up on the push because they move so fast forwards that they can just res it straight through. Kirk, zip, zap, zoppity.
You're done!
That's going to be a clap down for the Cultists and Centurions. Yet again, Kirk just landing the headshots. No way!
Make it stop, man!
Howler out over the top as well, just dismantling them from the sidelines. You can see he's already gone for the full flank diva. You're not going to have a mech for much longer. The teleporter to try and get them away, but it does not matter. Only one to fall. And it's not going to last too long either. It's Gatronics falls down.
Most likely, Gatronics is going to feel the suffer. Or not. They're just not going to get on it.
There we go. The Rocket Barrage yet again. That's twice now.
Get your toes on the point, lads.
Not too sure if there's a turret to be spotted, but Kirk is just dismantling the supports. In the meantime, Howler takes down FRX. Only one to go. It's going to be a May. She's going to have a lot of players just bearing down on her. I don't think that's going to save you. Off the side she goes.
There's the Dead A. Can't quite get to it behind the shield. There's the huge Graviton play, and the barrage gets pushed into it afterwards. There's the Molten Core as well as... But this man not going to be making too much after that.
No, it's not really going to be too much to do. Much to do about pretty much everything for the Cultists and Centurions, as it is going to be the Rocket Barrage from the skies. Howler gets slept out of it, but not before taking a scalp for himself. They are going to be down onto the point, and Colchester just fighting out, biding their time, and they found the openings finally.
How much healing can he get?
Through with that Tracer is going to be able to survive, and he's off the edge. See ya.
They didn't even kill him.
They have pretty much one last hope, and maybe a hope. No, hope is a little bit too much to even give it that. They are just going to get shut out. The Colchester Centurions give not an inch this entire map. A 4-0 stomp, I think it's fair to say, for the Colchester Centurions. The previous season's winners, they're back again, and it seems like they're here to play.
They're back with a brand new rap.
That's not the lyrics. We are now moving on to the second game for group number 1, which will be the Kragovon Kestrels versus the Norfolk Nighthawks.
He was in the front lines for so long, but he's still going. Finally gets whipped out of there by the Brigida, but he comes straight back in again. This man is a combat demon. Finds the shots under fronter, and she'll fall to Trapmaster with a nicely placed arrow into this fight. There goes through the Tesla cannon, and Reinhardt will fall afterwards. Through goes the res, almost stops it in the middle. The Reinhardt Earth Shatter. They do pull Mercy in. She's dropped down, but you forgot about the Guardian Angel, mate, which will keep her in the fight. But temperatures, they are rising now as the Primal Rage is popped.
But who's that on the point? It's Scopsy claiming 2 lives already. The res goes through onto Brigitte. Oh, Hog trying to stay alive.
Get him off.
He's going to boop so
He
long.
stays
He stands there. Oh my goodness. It's going to be Winston who falls down to the scrap gun. It's relatively even so far. Reinhardt charging in the back lines, very low on HP, a little bit overzealous, and they're going to take him down. 4 players on the point so far. And the McCree cannot get through that right shield. You step up and you just know that you can't move forwards. The Kragovon Kestrels take the second map.
Someone did not disagree with that barrage. I disagree with that barrage. Well, wasn't well placed, and it kind of left the fight high and dry for the Nighthawks in that case. Building that ult charge.
No, he's had it he's had it more frequently than not. There's the Graviton Surge. He's stashed in, and he gets a double swipe. Max it up for a third, and will take down the Roadhog. Got away last time. He's not going to be so lucky this time, I'm afraid. Available for the Norfolk Nighthawks goes Coalescence for Bosco. The Earth Shatter, though, will cancel out completely. They all walk into the line of fire, and they are all going to be mowed down. Not a hope for that push. They always need to be wary of everything, but there goes the Dragon Strike. Scopsy already taking down the Mercy. Agent in the back gets shut down by Extreme Chaos on that McCree, and Trapmaster finds another. Dragon Blade for Scopsy, not going to be comboing up. The Zarya did drop the Graviton Surge, but he Shadow Dashes straight through Extreme Chaos. McCree goes down at the swipe of a sword, and it's going to be the Diva to be demeched. They are going to be able to hold it yet again for this defense. The Shadow Dash through the Lucio. I think he just used Missile Barrier as well. Wasn't going to be able to contest anyway. That was the res, not the Transcendence. It is available. There it goes for the Transcendence. Scopsy still has the Dragon Blade on top of the Graviton Surge. That's exactly what you want to see. 2 kills, 3 kills, 4 kills, 5 as they rain it on through. Tracer goes down with a swipe of the blade. Kragovon Kestrels take Temple of Anubis. Will not be able to take it on through. And Extreme Chaos is doing so much work on this McCree. He's pressuring forwards. He's got those tactical rolls. The res comes through as well onto the Reinhardt. Finally, Extreme Chaos goes down, but the rest of his team is starting to step up to the plate as well. Only Scopsy to find a kill, and the Tracer starts the contest. They are trying to stall it out, but is it too little too late? The Norfolk Nighthawks still keeping it up, keeping the kill feed red, and they are going to roll it on in. 0 meters on the meter means that Kestrels have a little bit of work to do.
That's it, round 1 complete.
And again, Extreme Chaos winning out the Widow Jewel.
Whoa!
Through in a huge self-destruct sequence for the Gregor Orchestrals, and a Dragon Blade on top of that, layered
It's a little bit of salt.
perfectly. On to Asia 1337, the res comes through and the whole hog to try and batten down the hatches. But it's not going to be too much as the rest of his team is starting to fall around his ears. Batsy finds another headshot, but it's going to be too little too late. Finally, the Krager von Kestrel's able to back down and
Where's he gone?
And batter the door.
The Incrite also managed to put a Zarya bubble on top of him during the barrage with his great communication. 2 seconds left. They're not going to make it to the point. It's just Batsy on it. And here is the tank. He will fall. And Extreme Chaos, he wants to get onto it. But he's bared down upon the ground, John. And that's it.
Pressured into the stone with which they became. Unfortunately, the Krager von Kestrels are going to snip the wings of the Norfolk Nighthawks. They are going to be caged for another season.
Well, the playoffs for Overwatch are decided, and they look like this. We've got the Centurions v the Claymores, the Enigmas v the Harriers, the Pirates v the Smugglers, and finally the Steelers v the Guardians. Of course, GG's to everybody that's been involved in what I have to say has been a pretty incredible season of Overwatch. Now, it is time for that part of the show where we wade through the Twitterverse. We kick things off with a couple of tweets from the Guardians, and check this out for sportsmanship. Our toughest game of the season so far. We've heard great things about the Colchester Centurions and can't wait to face them tonight. That's a really great attitude, guys. And you know what they say, great things come to great people. Now, Tyneside have 2 teams going through to the playoffs. They're Call of Duty and Overwatch squads. So congrats to all and best of luck moving forward. And as the main season comes to a close, emotions run high. Look at this heartwarming tweet from the Nighthawks. The finest Tekken crew a coach could ask for. Oh, you guys, brings a tear to the eyes. And talking of Tekken, we're closing with a couple of tweets from Manchester's Shen. He is absolutely stoked that his team has got through to the playoffs, and so he should be. The Swarm have proven themselves to be very worthy contenders this season. And also, look at the love here. Well, let's finish with this tweet, which is a really great photo, and we want to say thank you to @photography_BYT for taking it. Now, Eternal Dragon, can you explain what is going on here? Because this looks like a very large gathering of Arena Clash Tekken players.
Yeah, this is a really great photo. So last week was Versus Fighting, one of the it's the biggest EU tournament in the Tekken World Tour, and it's been a great experience because some of the Arena Clash players, they started out with Arena Clash. They had no knowledge of the wider Tekken scene. So throughout the season, through interactions with other players and myself and Bonal, they realized, oh, there's more out there. That's exactly what Arena Clash is designed to do. So they decided to go to they went in really the deep end when it comes to, we've gone from Arena Clash to the biggest EU major for Tekken. And this photo was just such a great gathering of FGC and the Arena Clash, where there has been a divide, not through any sort of nefarious reasons, just because people haven't known there's something on the other side. So seeing all the tribes, everyone representing their tribe in their jerseys was such a great event where some of these players have played against each other in Arena Clash but never met, don't know what each other look like. Then we started to gather, you realize, oh, you're such and such player, you're such and such player, and they just start talking, and there is kind of like real that brotherhood there, everyone proudly representing their jerseys in such a big tournament where there's international people and players all over coming for such a high level tournament. So I just love this photo. It just really shows how Tekken, and specifically UK Tekken, is not dead. After a while, when games release, you might see a drop off, especially with fighting games. They're maybe not so big as the other ones, but Tekken has shown that it's got the longevity to survive, and people just love this game. And year on year, it's growing. There's new people, younger people, veterans come back to the game. I just love it to see this photo and this gathering. So it's just such a great feeling seeing everyone just come together for a great photo like that.
And I have to say, now, we've had a really exciting game this week, and it was the Smugglers v the Steelers, which perhaps we weren't expecting to be quite as intense as it was. They've both struggled a little bit throughout this season, and yet this time it blew us away. So without spoiling it, because we are going to show some of the highlights from it, why was it so good?
Wow, so without spoiling it, that's tough because it was such an exciting week. So what I was saying was that usually with a series like this, 5 weeks into it, the week before you're going to have the teams decided for playoffs, you kind of know what teams have decided. Tekken, sometimes the skill gap has been quite big, but this season we've seen new players come into the scene, and players from previous seasons get better. So the skill gap is closed a bit, so the matches will be more competitive. So week 5, we have a team that is basically down and out. You know, me and the bubble were talking about our predictions, kind of like off the record, like, yeah, this is gonna happen. And then we start the week casted, and through a super sub, which has been the story of the Arena Clash for Tekken, so many super subs have been coming in and changing the dynamic of the week completely. Just done the same thing, and we were speechless for a lot of it. A lot of it were like, this can't be happening. And it all started because within Tekken, just by their movement alone, you can see what skill level they're at. So within like half a second, we was like, oh damn, is this what it's gonna be?
Brandon using Brian. And I'll tell you what. Oh, Brandon. Oh, no. Oh, is it going to happen? Brandon's actually really good.
It's happening.
Steelers might get robbed here. This could not be good. Oh, no. Brandon.
Yeah. Well, if you think he seemed excited then, just wait till you see him in these highlights. He is, of course, accompanied by Abominable, and they are going to be bringing you some very excitable casting over the Smugglers v. the Steelers.
It's that time again. Welcome to week 5 of the Tekken 7 Arena Clash. I'm Eternal Dragon.
And I'm Abominable, and I just can't wait. It is the final week, Eternal Dragon, of all of the groups. And we've got the final deciding game, the only game in all of the groups that is yet to decide who will take 3rd spot in their group.
You know, from the first week, it's been surprises the whole time. The first match, the first week, we thought, Colchester, this is how it's going to go. Surprise. Next week, surprise. Each week, there has been nothing but surprises. Even though we thought this is going to happen, this is how it's going to play out. It's just been amazing so far. Is he going to do it back for? Yeah,
Look
there we
at
go.
the punish.
Oh, jet upper.
Oh,
yeah, that's dead.
Brandon.
Back. Taunt. Oh, no, he doesn't. Oh, there is a taunt. Low slash, go on, do it.
Brandon backing off.
Nice.
Nice Korean backdashing.
Oh, he tried it.
Yeah. Seen that before.
Oh, spring kick.
In the face.
Oh, no.
Back at you.
Oh, that could have been jet upper again for that as well. 3 rounds.
I've got to say,
wow.
I feel this was a tactical error.
Yeah.
A real tactical error. An opportunity to go 2-0 up for your team, and you go away from your main? I don't think so.
This is when
I don't think so.
This is when the cattle picking tool actually didn't work in his favour. He should have stuck with Eddie, I believe.
Nice big chunk there. Gets the demo man. Will he go for another? I sense it.
Oh, another low.
Pikes at the ankles. It's a launch punishable low, but it's quite hard to see, I feel.
Oh, just throws the sword. Wow.
That will be it.
Look at that turnaround. That was the perfect chance to do the rage art.
What's it going to be? Is it going to be 2-0, 2-1 to Smugglers or 2-1 to Steelers? This decides it.
He goes to low. Oh, no. Nice big damage there. Runs up. Is he going to go for the tackle? Breaks
and
it.
Again.
Slaps him
in
off.
Your face. Get off me.
Oh, here we go. The mix-up's there.
More mix-up.
Oh, cancels it. Low. There we go. Oh, he... Oh, he's doing it again.
No. Stop me. He's got a family.
Oh, good punish. Oh, no. Oh my God! No! Oh no! Oh my God!
He's got him!
Look at this!
No. Oh, don't do it! No.
Bang!
Oh no!
What a finish!
No!
Oh.
I can't take this. I can't take it. It's 2-1. It's 2-1 to Steelers.
Are you alright?
I'm not sure I am. I'm actually not sure I am. So let's go to the table versus star. This is the results of round robin 2. So bearing in mind that the Smugglers, massive surprise, massive shock, won round robin 1, but they're now behind on round robin 2. Smugglers needed to win round robin 2 in order to get into the playoffs, in order to have a chance of being in the playoffs. And then looking at the table, Smugglers at the bottom, they're guaranteed at least 1 point, so they're either going to go to 2 points after this from a draw, or if they win round robin 2, they jump up to 4 points.
Yeah.
That ties them with the Guardians. That puts them into the playoff territory. Steelers kind of look at they were the favourites to get a win here and get up to 6 points and tie with Lionhearts, but they are now in a situation where they can only rescue 1 point from this and tie up with the Guardians. And the Guardians must be watching this thinking, I don't know what's good for us now.
Nice work. Good trade though. Oh, it's not launched. Oh, that could have been a launch there. Right in the corner. Good option for the power crush just to stop all that offense.
Very, very nice
Oh my
indeed.
god, look at this. He's in the corner. He's in the corner.
Implementing his mix-ups really well.
Oh, not
Not
broken.
been throw breaking that well though.
Oh no, just went big.
This could be it.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Wow,
What a
he bet it
piece.
all on that. That would have been death if he'd have blocked and launched that as well.
This is the point that could take them to the playoffs.
Oh, he went for a mid. Oh, press the button and the new string. Nice block.
Unlucky on the punish, slightly off axis. Sturson easy, gets core pressing buttons again. He's really up against it. Really up against it. Sturson's got to go in now, and it's not something he's naturally good at. He likes to back off. What's the mix-ups?
Oh,
Sturson
counter
launches
hit.
him. This is huge. He needs one big mix-up after this. One huge mix-up.
Oh! No, he blocked the slippery
low and he
kicks.
gets caught. This should not be happening. Sturson was one mix-up away from winning it for his team and taking it through to the playoffs. It's
Oh my
2-0.
god! Brandon Fury!
Brandon Fury has won it for
Oh
the
my
Smugglers.
god!
The Smugglers from the bottom spot in their group, now into the middle spot, and now they are going to be tied with the Guardians. The Super Sub's done it.
I can't believe it.
The Super Sub's done it.
He's done it. Brandon Fury, my guy. Oh my god. Oh, right.
Honestly, that's Brandon. What are you doing to us? I can't believe it. There's going to be a tiebreaker against the Tyneside Guardians. Smugglers. I hope Chris Delph, if you're at home watching this, I hope you're proud.
So let's take a look at the fixtures for Tekken 7. Now, first up, we've got a pretty crazy matchup, Lionhearts v Centurions. It is pretty insane to think that one of these guys won't be making it through to the finals because they're both very good teams. We've also got the Harriers v the Vikings. And the next one, we've got to wait and see here because obviously that Steelers-Smugglers match was pretty crazy and we'll need a tiebreaker to decide who'll be taking on the Swarm. And finally, we've got the Claymores v the Rams. Now, Eternal Dragon. Obviously, I want to talk to you about these fixtures, but in particular, as I said, the Centurions v the Lionhearts. This matchup means we aren't going to see one of those in the final.
Yes, so previous seasons you might have just writ off anyone that the London Lionhearts are going to play and go, right, you can plot who's even going to make it to the finals. But now with this crazy season, right, Colchester, again on paper, they aren't the favourites. However, they have strong players that have shown that they've improved from previous seasons and they're constantly improving. JCHD, Karma, and Dre have shown that they do have the skills to cause an upset when it comes to it because in the round robin format, you don't have to win every single match. You can drop a game here and there, and if you start to get the momentum change, they can actually pull it off. So it's going to be a crazy match. I'll be sad to see any team go at this stage because it's been so crazy, but definitely the fact that the Centurions might eliminate London in the playoffs is crazy because then it's wide open for the finals. But then you do have the London team. They are super strong. You cannot count them out at any point. So it is definitely going to be, every match is going to be a key match to watch. You cannot miss any of these playoffs, man. I'm eagerly awaiting. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I have to say, I cannot wait. So make sure you guys tune in next week because we are just going to have some spectacular showdowns for you. Now, before we move on to League of Legends, I hope you're aware that this season's finals will be taking place at Insomnia 63 at the Birmingham NEC between the 24th and 27th of August. And of course, we would love to see you there. But if you have no idea what Insomnia is, we have put together a fantastic little teaser so you know exactly what to expect. Well, it is time to wrap up the show with League of Legends. And as mentioned in the players log, we have got two titans taking each other on to kick things off, none other than the Pirates v the Alt. And we're going to be following it up with the Armada v the Rams.
Everything about Group 1 is going to be decided today.
It certainly is. And we see here the teams playing for Portsmouth Pirates. We have Outlaw, we have Rai, Flubber, Divinus, CJ Shaw, and on Alt
We have Mighty Boosh, Zukro, Macdici, Fallen Rain, and Wilku.
Mighty Boosh does indeed get that slow on CJ. Here comes the Maelstrom. Here comes the damage killer instinct from Zuko. Fallen Rain picking up the kill. Meanwhile, Flubber taking more and more marks from that plasma, but Zuko not able to get the kill in the opposition ADC. Nice quick rotations coming out of Alt, though. They do manage to pick up a nice kill, take a further gold lead, and now turn their attention towards the Herald.
Who cares about the 1v1 on the bot? There's a fight happening.
There certainly is. The Him Plague has been thrown down. It's going to be Wilku who goes down to Divinus. Meanwhile, we do see Outlaw trying to dash away. Mighty Boosh dropping lower and lower. Fights going on all across the map as Rai goes for yet another fight against Macdici, and yet again it's going to be a close one. Macdici takes down Rai into the Bloodwell form. Here comes Rai. Macdici backs away just a little too far, doesn't land the Infected Cleaver. That's the end of that fight, and now it's Divinus and Outlaw who turn towards the Herald. This is warded though.
They should be able to just force down this tower really, really quickly. They do have the Kench. Oh, and he needs to use it. They're going to just run on in. Here's
Wilku flashing away, eaten up by the Tarm. It's going to be Mundo trying to run for his life. The Dark Binding Lons onto the Tarm. Kench has got that Grey Health available, and the Fallen Rain damage is massive from that Victor. He is going to drop down, though, however, having taken down the Morgana. Victor falls to Xayah. Tarm Kench falls to Xayah. Macdici doing everything he can to try and take down Outlaw, but with the Subjugate there, does this Outlaw have the damage? The answer is yes, he does. The challenging smite, the damage. It's going to be a full turnaround from the Portsmouth Pirates. They clean up everything.
Zukro is in base every single time. He's just not on the same page as his team, but he will be at this fight.
He will indeed. Outlaw has already thrown the Subjugate down, trying to keep himself tanky. Going to pick up a kill onto Wilku. Meanwhile, Divinus running away from multiple people, has got that Hemorrhage down, was throwing the damage out, but has gone down. Meanwhile, a triple kill for the Trundle. Tanky, but effective.
Just really utilizing that Baron, getting a good split going. Flubber dishing out damage, taking a fair bit. Here comes the dash.
Outlaw gets caught out, goes down. Flubber dashing away, using that Feather Storm. This is going to be massive damage. Xayah taking down two. Tom Kench and the Victor complete destroyed. Triple kill as Kaiser goes down to Flubber, looking for the quadra kill. It's going to be Macdici running away, denying this one. But this is probably going to be the game. And at 27 minutes, the first inhibitor drops. The Nexus turrets will fall. And 1-0. Portsmouth Pirates take the lead. I can't wait for that, but right now I'm enjoying these games. It's going to be Rakan throwing down his first big charm of the game. It's going to be a turret that gets taken down, and now we're going to see the kills following. As Xayah takes down Wukong, Gragas kills off Nidalee. Xayah picks up a second kill onto the Morgana, and yet again, Flubber doing work on this Xayah, picks up the triple kill, looks for the quadra, gets it, and that is a domination from the Xayah. Flubber dominating, and Outlaw trying to redeem himself from his earlier deaths, does manage to survive, and it's going to be Wilku who does take down his opposite jungler, but not before Rakan kills off the Ezreal. The fight absolutely being won by the Portsmouth Pirates. Rice still chasing down Wilku, is going to completely zone him away from this turret, and now we are looking at a 7,000 gold lead in favour of the Pirates. They are looking for the 2-0, and I think they're going to get it. In the end, the game is over, and Flubber has left the game, and Nottingham have left the building because they have lost 2-0. We've got to see what happens in this next series, because we could have a playoff on our hands. This is going to lead to a really crucial game now between the Bradford Rams and also the Plymouth Armada.
Over on the blue side, we're going to have Bradford Rams with N7 Kiddo, Drandle Foot, Ori Kalkan, Drident, and Hi, I'm Eevee.
Meanwhile, Plymouth Armada, they're going to have Bonajit in the top lane. They're going to have Varzenhal, Stuck, Ethan 56, and Synapse Runner. But Iron Jaws is present. He's going to try and get Maln out of trouble. Not going to be able to stop Caitlyn picking up a kill onto the Hecarim, though. Here comes the damage coming through from Drandlefoot. He gets knocked away by Bonajit. Meanwhile, look at the damage coming through from the Caitlyn. The Piltover Peacemaker doesn't land, but the flash forward from Dryden is going to get the slow onto Bonajit. There's the Arcane Comet. There's the heal. But Dryden goes down to Bonajit despite the heal coming through from Hoser. The support Poppy
Lee is sad and dead. Meanwhile, Iron Jaws goes in, trying to take down Dryden. This is mid laner versus mid laner, and this is going to be Karthus losing out, but he's still able to do something using his passive. It's going to be the Requiem that's not being channeled. Meanwhile, Drandlefoot gets condemned away, but here comes Orikalkan, stunning up one member, taking down taking down Iron Jaws, taking down Bone Jeet, and now we are 15 to 7 in kills to the Bradford Rams, and they can run towards an inhibitor. They've got the Herald. They finally use it at a good time. Engaged on.
If he gets caught out, he's done a lot of damage this game, but it's probably not the person Malm should be focusing on. Meanwhile, Karthus takes down Rise. We are going to see the kills just going, all of them onto Rams right now. Volibear picks up one, Karthus picks up one, Morgana picks up one, Caitlyn picks up one. We might as well give one to Renekton as well, but he can't get it because he's in the bot lane, just pushing. 22 minutes in, and here's the Hextech Ultimatum desperately trying to save Armada, but it looks like the fleet is sinking. The Rams are going to take down the second Nexus turret. They're going to take the second game. They're going to go 2-0, 7 points, equal with the side of Nottingham Ult. They force the tiebreaker to decide who goes to the playoffs.
Unfortunately, we can't bring you the League of Legends fixtures just yet because we haven't had the results yet from all of last week's matches. Now, hard as it is to believe, that's the end of the show and the end of the main season. Now, next week, of course, we're going to have those playoffs, so please make sure you tune in. They'll be live on Facebook and Twitch. And if you do watch them on Facebook, make sure you give us a like and a share there. And of course, you can send us any comments, thoughts, who you're excited to see in the playoffs on all the usual social media channels. We are at Belong Arenas on all of them. And you can also find us at belong.gg. But we have just got time for one quick question, and that is, who was your MVP this season?
Oh, it's tough, but off the bat, just straight away in my mind is the player Risky Luck from Bradford Rams. The reason he's MVP is because from a player that was unknown, completely unknown, within 2 weeks, within the Belong teams and the FGC, everyone was wondering, who is this Claudio player that's dominating people with one move over and over again, dominating fashion. And the Bradford Ram team as well has just been setting sort of the scene alight. He's been entering tournaments and beating established players within the FGC communities that started from, and he started from Arena Clash. So definitely, my MVP has to be Risky Luck. You know, straight away, without any question, he's just a player that's in my mind that's really been set the stand for when it comes to a great player, good team that's behind him as well, and just coming from obscurity to be kind of like infamous just like that is unheard of. So yeah, he's got to be my MVP.
And Infinity, who would be yours?
It's funny you should say that, actually, because Risky Luck, he's come over to Call of Duty a couple of times to the Bradford Rams. He's really been the saviour for the roster. I think if I had to give any player, funnily enough, it would actually be a non-Call of Duty player. So Risky Luck's come over. He's really saved the roster a few times and actually found himself to be quite skilled in more than one esport title, it would seem. So yeah, I think if I actually had to pick one, it would be the superstar himself, Risky Luck. He's come in and he's, despite the Bradford Rams going 0-4 in the group and not getting a single point, he's still hanging with those players who do actually play Call of Duty competitively. So yeah, Risky Luck, 2 titles, so he's doing well for himself this season.
Well, it seems like great minds think alike, and I have to say it has been great having you here this week, so thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, it's been good.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Well, I have been Ella Citywood. I've been joined this week by Eternal Dragon and Infinity, and I will see you back here next week for more Belong Arena Clash.